Alright, let's talk a little bit about cross sections. Right, what you see here on the bottom of this page in this drawing are a series of standard steel cross sections. You learned about these a little bit in the statics course. You're going to deal with them a lot in this course. Let's look at a whole bunch of different parts that we're going to be looking at in this course. For instance, here's a bolt. You're looking down at the end of the shaft. Right? You know, the bolt has the bolt head, has the bolt shaft, and then I've left on the washer and the nut, right, that can go back up and down the threaded portion. Notice that this shaft has some portion of the cross section cut away where the threads are at, and then it has a small little portion, in this case, of uncut or unthreaded portion. Bolts vary about how much of the grip is there and how much is not got any threads on it. It's a part of the design process. When we go to look at what happens then in the bolt, we need to care about, are we looking at a section that's threaded or not. If it's in the threaded, we are going to be concerned about this reduced amount of area to be able to resist whatever the applied stresses are on that particular bolt. Right? So this one, that's that cross-sectional area. It's circular, obviously, in this particular case. Right? There are other kinds of course, members. This little device that I'm pulling up here has a whole bunch of pieces all together. What you see is this one piece here that is in a variety of oriented L shapes, right? So this is effectively an L here. This is effectively also an L. These are two different pieces that are pinned together by this bolt that goes through the whole assembly, plus this other third piece here. Okay, so this one single piece is called an angle. Together they're called double angles, and the cross-sectional area then is this exposed area that we see here. These are two identical angles, so of course the total gross area would be the twice of just one of them. Right? Another member that we often use is the wide flange beam. Right? And that's what you see here. It's a little slightly out of focus on the image because it's painted white and the camera's having a little hard time dealing with that. But that's just a thin piece that's been cut out of a long stretch, right? So you can see how thin that is. So comparably, here is the same kind of thing but a longer member. So this is a flexible plastic beam that then there's your long length and there's your long direction, and that cross-sectional area is this exposed area, right, perpendicular to the long axis, which right now is running in and out of this screen. We care about a lot of the different geometric properties that we might see in these kinds of members, but for the basic concept that we're going to be dealing with in this lesson, we really are going to just focus on this cross-sectional area only.